park and play with other families would go, and we would play with other kids and had a wonderful time. But the main thing that they gave us too was, you can do anything in life you want.
Would they tell you that?
Yes, they would tell us that.
Was it both mom and dad constantly saying that?
Yes.
Wow.
But you just got to educate yourself, and then you got to outwork people. You got to be really hard-working people, and that's what we all are. We grew up saying, okay, we can. My sisters always wanted to be teachers, so they went in the education path. I've always wanted to play basketball, but also after basketball, I wanted to become a businessman. So
that's something you always wanted to do. It
That's
wasn't
right.
something that you hung around with Jerry Buss and he said, I want to be a business guy.
No,
Got it.
I've always wanted to do it.
Any reason for it? Like, did you see somebody? Were you
Yeah.
looking up to somebody?
Yeah, well, it was a guy like you, Patrick, where I think all these people here, and especially these young people, can look at you and say, hey, you have achieved, and how did he do it? What did he do? And so it was two African-American businessmen in Lansing, Michigan, this small town, and they own car dealerships and different businesses, and I said, I want to be like them, right? And so from there, I had these two role models right in front of me, and I took it, and I asked them to teach me and become my mentors.
How old were you when you did that?
Oh, that was 16 years old.
At that age?
Yes, and
Now,
they gave me my first job.
The dealership guys did.
Yes.
Were you already a local celebrity or not yet?
No, you because of basketball.
Like, did they knew you were like,
yes, they
okay,
knew
let's
who
go
I
see.
was.
Okay.
And I was just getting better and better. And but they gave me my job, and then once I got to college, they said, okay, we're going to really help you, prepare you for even when you make some money in the NBA, but also how to keep some money once you're in the NBA, because a lot of athletes, they go in rich but come out broke, and that's very unfortunate.
But that happens quite regularly.
Yeah.
So you had some guys you reached out to. So, Magic, when did people know, or when did you know, more importantly, like, you know what, I can really play. Like, I can play with these guys that are the competitors. Like, when did that happen to you where you said, I can play at the next level?
I think that when you get to college and you said, okay, I'm playing against these pros and I'm holding my own. And I said, oh, okay. But the main thing for me was first winning. I won at every level. I won the 3rd grade championship, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade.
You were winning.
Yeah, I was winning. My high school had never won a championship. Once I got there, we won the state championship. Mm-hmm. Michigan State had never won a championship, national championship. I led them to a national championship. So it was about winning for me, and it still is about winning. And so then I get to the NBA. Because I played against pros in high school and in college, I felt comfortable like I belonged in the NBA.
Who was the one guy you faced where you said, you know what, if I can hang with this guy? Was there somebody you faced where you said, I can hang?
George Iceman Gervin.
George Gervin, yeah, absolutely.
He taught us so much. He's from Michigan like I am, and he used to let us hang around him, and right now he's still living in San Antonio, and he's the one who really gave me my confidence and also showed me how to improve my game. And so we worked out with him, and
you didn't play against him in college because he was before
yeah, he was already in the pros.
Right.
So in the summer when he would come home, he would allow us to play pickup games with him and one-on-one, and he used to kill us, but he said, keep coming back. You're going to get better and better playing against me. And that's the guy who really helped all of us.
You know what I'm always curious about? I mean, in high school or when you were coming up, was there a kid where you said, this cat's better than me, but he didn't have the work ethic? Was it like a kid where you said, this guy can hang with me, he's going straight to the pros, but maybe distractions, lack of work ethic, lack of discipline kind of completely took him off and he never made it to the big leagues? Was there somebody like that?
Oh yeah, because there was 3 or 4 guys like that who had just as much talent, but they didn't have the work ethic, or they got into trouble and ended up in jail. One guy was talented but ended up dead because he got into trouble. So we've seen talented young people who make the wrong decisions, or who think that, oh, I don't have to put the time in, and then 5 or 6 guys will pass them. And we see that still today. some people rely too much on their talent and they don't put the hard work or they don't have the work ethic to go along with that talent. And so you got to put the time in. You have to be a hard worker, and it will come back to you.
So you're in high school. You're playing ball. You have all these distractions. People know who you are. Girls are chasing you left and right because you're the guy on campus. How did you minimize these distractions and stay focused and not go do some of these other things that other guys were doing? How'd you stay so focused?
Patrick, great question. I just had a goal and a dream. Look, growing up poor, but I didn't have poor dreams. You know, I didn't have poor dreams. So I knew the way I could change everything in my life was two things. Hard work and the education could change everything for me. So I put the time in. And while they were partying or chasing girls or whatever, I was at the gym working out all the time. My parents, my mother, she used to say, go take that boy some food because he gonna never come home for dinner. So she used to have my brothers and sisters bring me, food. And then the last thing is, you stay home, you stay after school because we had practice. And a lot of you have gone through this, I'm sure. And you get home to the dinner table and your other brothers and sisters have already eaten. You know that it's nothing left for
bread,
you to
maybe
eat.
if you're lucky, right?
A piece of cornbread or something like that. So I enjoyed it, but I tell you what, I was dedicated to basketball. And once I saw that I had some talent, I wanted to just take it as far as I could. But I was never satisfied. And even today, I heard your speech before I came out. You and I are cut from the same cloth. We're still not satisfied. We know we can achieve more. Yes, it's going to be 100,000 like you talked about. You keep pushing the envelope. You keep growing. You keep wanting more, and that's who I am. I'm always wanting more. I'm never satisfied. I push my people that we can do better. We want more growth. We want to continue to get bigger and better, and we know we can. So that's exciting to hear you talk to all of you, and you should want the same for yourself too. You know that, hey, if you're at this level, then you know, hey, I can go to this level, then I can go to that level. Just keep growing, because you can do it.
Were you always this charismatic and charming? Like, were you always like, because Magic, I got to tell you this, man. I watch your interviews when you go to Charles, Stephen A. Smith. They invite you, all you guys, and I try to watch your interviews. Here's why I watch your interviews. If you ever tweet, no one debates it. When you make comments, you're the only guy that people just say, if Magic said it, it's right. So
thank you.
How have you gone, like, were you always this charismatic, charming guy that people like? Did you always have somewhat of a personality, or did that develop over time?
Well, I think I had this personality, but I had to develop it over time, no question. My mother gave this to me.
Were you ever shy?
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, I just wanted to play. I didn't want to talk. I just wanted to play. But I had to hone my skills in terms of making sure that I could do an interview and that I would come across as a smart and intelligent man, right? But it took time. It took practice. And I'm just happy that now I have the respect and that I'm not going to say anything stupid or do anything stupid to hurt myself, my brand, or my family, because that's very important. That I'm also trying to pave the way for my two sons and my daughter, right? And so everything I do, I have to say, okay, what's going to be the consequences of what I say? Before I push that button, send, okay, what's the pros and the cons?
Did you develop this? Is this something that happened through a development process?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I had to develop that, and but also the discipline that I had as a basketball player. Now I have the same discipline as a father, as a son, as a CEO. I'm one of the most disciplined men you're gonna ever meet.
How do you stay humble, though, man? Like, how do you stay humble? I mean, Magic, you walk anywhere, people know who you are. You walk in L.A., you're God in L.A. to so many people, so you get compliments from everybody. Oh, my gosh, it's Magic, you're the greatest, all this other stuff. So much can be fed in you for you to become extremely cocky. How do you stay humble?
Well, first of all, God has really blessed me. Without him, you know, just as fast as he blessed me with it, he can take it away, right? And so I'm not going to get caught up into being Hollywood. I've always told my wife, we're not going to become Hollywood. We're just going to do Hollywood, right? And it's a difference between the two. And so I understand, you know, who I am. I understand what I mean to my community. And I've always gone back and tried to help those who are less fortunate than myself. And I've always been about the black and brown community and try to uplift them and give them job opportunities and education opportunities, because through the Magic Jonson Foundation, we give out scholarships. And so I've just been blessed. And I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just a guy who understood where he was going and who I was going with, which has been my wife for 25 years. And you know, there's plenty more for us to do. And I just want you guys to know, both of us grew up poor. I met her on the campus of Michigan State. I saw some jeans walking by. I didn't see her face. I just saw these jeans walking by. And I started running after these pair of jeans. And I heard you tell the story about your wife. And we've been partners ever since. And so what a true blessing.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. And you're a great example for the rest of us to know if a guy like you is staying humble, I mean, who else is, you know, can go out there and get a little too cocky about it. So